First is know who your audience is. You need to understand how you need to tailor a message based on that audience. And so I think one of the main flaws I've seen in coaching entrepreneurs as an example is that they'll give the same pitch to investors over and over again. And you know, it's great that you know what your business does, but you have to understand what are the particular areas of emphasis and focus for each investor. They're not all the same. They might all carry that same name on their business card, but they all have different objectives for what they want to accomplish with their fund. Same thing holds true inside of a large corporation, inside of a working team. You need to know who your audience is. So you start there, and then I would say that if that's 1A, 1B is you need to know your core messages. You need to understand what it is that you're trying to communicate, what's behind those messages. And those then become the foundation for then being able to communicate and hopefully influence the objective you want to reach. And I would say that's the second one, that 1A, 1B. Then number 2 is know what your objective is. Don't walk into a large presentation with 300 people and just start talking with no objective in mind, because you might be a great orator and people might love listening to you, but when you're done and people walk away, they'll be like, that was really entertaining, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to take away from that. And every conversation in a business context matters. You're building relationships, you're expanding on knowledge of and sharing knowledge of what you do. And it might not lead to an immediate action, but you should have a call to action. And that call to action should be learn more. That's fine. It is extremely important as the answer. And I'd say it's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
You have, I think that is the well-intentioned objective of an innovation group, is to help to be a bridge to the broader organization, to work with external parties. The most effective innovation groups, I'll point to Samsung as one example, view partnerships, view incubation, they view investments in M&A as tools to achieve an objective. They don't view that having those tools in and of themselves is a success. So, just because you have a fund doesn't make you an innovative organization. Mm-hmm. There's a mindset shift that has to happen within the organization to then use that tool of investment to then achieve a goal. And what's happened in some of the best innovation-oriented groups and organizations is they have not only stayed at the fringe, but they've been able to become essential to one or more core groups of a business to help drive change. And part of that comes from creating new vocabularies for how people communicate with external organizations, right? Just things that weren't getting solved fast enough, or the company didn't have the internal talent and knowledge, or in corporate speak, capability to solve the problem. So what they did was they created a way to expose these problems to external parties, especially startups, and said, please help us. And in return for helping us, we will give you some commercial contract, we'll give you visibility, we'll give you marketing, which helps those startups be able to have two things. One is a partner inside of the organization to basically be a translator. And then second, a traction point to be able to show to their other potential customers and most importantly, investors of your startup that you're really doing something that is meaningful and some customer really cares about it. And so for a startup, what I'd give advice to startups all the time about this is find someone who will be your evangelist within the organization. It doesn't have to be an innovation group. And in some cases, it's actually been hard to work with an innovation team because they may not have the authority to actually drive scale. Mm-hmm. So you have to, don't assume it's just one person, but find one or more people within an organization that can be your champion, educate them constantly, and help them understand why you continue to be relevant. And in helping them shine within their organization because you focus on execution and delivery, then everybody does well. The group that is ultimately the customer for the startup is seeing value, The evangelist is seeing that the investment that they've made in a partnership or an external relationship is paying off. And then the startup then sees that they're gaining traction and can take those learnings to enhance and evolve their product roadmap.